So you want to main Scylla, horror of the deep. Ancient poems warn of a narrow channel of water so treacherous that death touches all who approach. Sailors must choose to risk their ship traveling close to the monstrous whirlpool Charybdis, or instead hug the rocky shoals where dwells a creature some may say is made from the nightmares of all men. First, ask yourself, why do you want to main Scylla? She does a ton of damage. Her abilities are so fun. She's secretly terrifying. She has a Godzilla skin. You should definitely main her for the pun of it. But before you choose to main her, it's good to know the cons of Scylla. With practice, her abilities are pretty easy to juke. Her early game is pretty weak. Scylla is a Greek SMITE mage. SMITE has classified her as an easy god, and I find her average. A quick note, if you're an experienced Scylla player or you just love playing her, feel free to leave any tips down in the comments below. In this guide, we're exploring Scylla as a mid, going through her abilities, attack cancelling, combos, builds, counters, what not to do, and general tips. With that, let's go through Scylla's abilities. Scylla's passive Quick Learner. Each of Scylla's abilities gain an additional effect at max rank. In addition, Scylla gains 25 magical power for each max rank ability. Pretty self-explanatory passive. She gains an additional effect at max rank and gets more powerful as she ranks up. Scylla's first ability, Sicken. Scylla's 1 is a line ability type. Scylla sends 2 hounds forward, damaging, rooting, and crippling the first enemy hit. At max rank, 2 additional enemies nearby the first target will also be hit. This ability is her main setup and CC. Scylla's second ability, Crush. Scylla's 2 is a ground target ability type. Scylla creates an AoE circle that slows enemies. After 5 seconds, it detonates and causes damage. Scylla may activate the ability again to detonate it early. At max rank, enemies in the area will have their magic protection reduced. Targets hit by the damage at max rank are also slowed for an additional 1 second. This is Scylla's main damage. At max rank, the additional effects are very useful in teamfights. Scylla's third ability, Sentinel. Scylla's 3 is a ward and leap ability type. As a passive of this ability, she gains MP5 and increased MP5 as you rank it up. Scylla summons a sentinel to the target area, granting vision of enemies for 5 seconds. Scylla may activate this ability again within 5 seconds to move to the location of the sentinel. At max rank, the vision is granted through line of sight blockers and the placement range increases. This is Scylla's main escape. It can also be used as a ward, but remember it is her main escape, so using it as a ward will come with a risk. You can also use this ability as an engagement. Scylla's ultimate, I'm a Monster. Scylla's ult is a line ability type. Scylla reveals her true nature, becoming CC immune for the next 6 seconds. In her ultimate, she gains movement speed. Scylla may make one powerful attack during this time. If she kills an enemy god with the attack, she gains another 6 seconds and may attack again. At max rank, the movement speed bonus doubles. This ability can be used as an escape and also for CC avoidance. For the first 5 levels, at level 1, her 2, at level 2, her 1, at level 3, her 3, at level 4, her 2, at level 5, her ultimate. For leveling priority, I would go her 2 for increased damage, slow, and magic protection reduction at max rank, her 1 for increased damage, root duration, and being able to hit 2 additional enemies nearby at max rank, her ultimate for increased damage, movement speed, and double movement speed at max rank, her 3 for increased MP5, vision range, summon range, and better vision at max rank. So basically, 2, 1, 4, 3. Attack cancelling for Scylla. For her first ability, her ability on normal cast, keep the basic attack button clicked when using the first ability. For her second ability, her ability on normal cast, throw her 2 and you can pop off her 2 and use her basic attack at the same time. For her ultimate, Once you use her basic attack, just use her ultimate right away. Combos for Scylla. Before we get into combos, a few pointers. Scylla makes good use of attack cancelling. You can make use of this, but if you're not experienced with attack cancelling, it will take some getting used to and practice. With that, you can use her basic attacks during and in between combos. You can also use her 3 to engage, but it will mean that you will not have an escape. It is very rare to use her 3 as a ward, because again, it is her main escape. There are some rare situations when you can do it, but I wouldn't recommend using it as a ward. The third ability's vision is better used for knowing where she's going and if it's a safe place to escape. For short combos, 1 and 2, 1 and 4. For medium combos, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 4. Builds for Scylla. Builds always depend on what kind of enemy you're up against. My builds in these videos is just a general guideline. You can adjust accordingly depending on your game and situations. For a current mid build, Book of Thoth, Shoes of the Magi, Spear of Desolation, Polynomicon or Soul Gem. Soul Gem is easier to proc, Poly does more damage. Obsidian Shard, Book of the Dead. You can swap out Spear of Desolation for Divine Ruin if you need anti-heal. Other items you can consider for Scylla are Soul Reaver and Rod of Tahuti. For relics, it is always game dependent and it really depends on what you're up against. But usually Scylla always grabs Aegis Amulet and Purification Beads. Counters of Scylla. Scylla's 2 and ultimate are countered by Aegis. Beads counters her 1. Cripples counter her escape. Getting behind. Scylla is a late game mage. If she can't get there, she's not maximizing her full potential, so enemies have an easier time shutting her down. She's a sitting duck in her ultimate when firing it. She relies on predictions. You have to predict where the enemy is going to hit her abilities if you do not have any setup. What not to do as Scylla. I recommend to not use her 3 purely as a ward. Do not engage with her 3 unless you're safe to do so. Do not put yourself in bad positions without your 3. Do not rush with your ultimate. Your ultimate can first bait out escapes from enemy gods, otherwise they may just use it when you ult. General combat tips for Scylla. You can use your ultimate to get out of CC if you do not have any other form of CC immunity. If you do not have a form of CC immunity such as beads or an ultimate, and you're about to be pulled by a god such as Daji or Ares, etc., throw your 3 out before you get pulled, and once you're pulled in, use your 3 to get out. This gives you a better chance of getting out unless you're already CC'd once you're pulled in. You can use your ultimate as an escape if you do not have anything else to use. Your ultimate gives you movement speed and double the movement speed at max rank. If a melee god is on you, such as an assassin, and you do not have your 1 and 2 combo up, use your ultimate right on top of you. Scylla can do a lot of damage, or it might just scare the enemy god off you. You can use your 3 to bait enemies. Enemies won't know if you will go to a third ability's position or if she will stay put. Remember that you have 6 seconds in your ultimate. You do not have to immediately use it. The closer you are to the enemy, the easier it is to hit her 1. Scylla can be a very aggressive mage due to her 3 being able to get her out. Don't be afraid to go into other mages in the mid lane who use all their abilities. With that, watch out for enemy gods who make mistakes. Scylla can really punish them. I would like to thank Sadorio, also known as Chaisei Hattori, for bringing us this Scylla guide. I just wanted to take the time to say that I have reached 3,000 subscribers now thanks to you guys. It's honestly crazy for me. I've also applied for YouTube Partner, so I should hear from that within the month. Also thanks to you guys. I truly appreciate you guys supporting my videos. As a SMITE partner, I do receive a lot of skin codes to give back to the community, so I will be putting a random skin code that works for all platforms in some videos. Just check the description box to see if the video has a skin code. If you would like to request a god guide or simply just to support me, You can find a coffee donation link in the description box below. Let me know what god you would like to main next in the comments. Subscribing and likes would be super rad. Clicking the bell really helps me out. I hope to see you for the next one. Bye!